Good evening. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter. It is a sincere pleasure to get to be here with you today. If we haven't met before, my name is Kay. I am a meditative, spiritual, ecstatic life coach, and I try to set aside some time every Sunday evening to create space for those of us doing deep work on ourselves, on personal growth, coming home to ourselves, personal evolution, to have the dedicated time and space to gather, to connect, and to do some spiritual work together. So to that end, tonight I thought we would take advantage of the holiday that is today, which is Easter in the Christian tradition, which is the tradition I grew up in. And I always loved Easter. Not necessarily because of the message of the church. I loved Easter because it was a time of rebirth. Yes, that's part of Christian doctrine, but we see it in the world. We see the world coming alive again. We see plants coming out of the ground. Outside my window right now, the trees are having their first leaves. Hey, welcome. And it's a really magical time. It reminds us that we, in our own lives, go through many, many rounds of personal, mental, ego-based, spiritual-based deaths and rebirths. And so that's what I would like to focus on for us today on this Easter Sunday. How do you cultivate your own personal rebirth experience into the more compassionate, more loving, more relaxed, more joyful, more peaceful, more awesome version of you? So if that's interesting to you, please continue on and grab a seat. So you can sit upright, you can lay down, you can sit in a chair if that's more comfortable for you, but find a place where you can find some stillness in your body. And then if you'd like to work with eyes open, you're welcome to. You can gaze forward at the screen or down towards your lap. If you want to close your eyes, by all means, that is perfectly welcome as well. So let's begin by just inhaling and exhaling together a couple of times. What does your breath mean to you? For many of us, we go through our day totally unaware of the fact that we're respirating, we're breathing. So maybe this is your first time today to pay attention to the air in your lungs, the breath in your body. So take a moment. How does it feel? And without too much will, too much effort, can you slow down your breath? Can you deepen your breath inside of you? And really let the breath flood every part of you. Notice how does it feel to just be here and breathe. You might even feel a little lightheaded if this is the first time you're breathing deep today. And as you breathe, I invite you to allow your mind's eye, that point through which you observe the world, allow it to start to sink. feel the center of your awareness dropping into the heart, dropping into the belly, sinking down. Getting lower within ourselves really helps to root us into this moment, into this experience. And notice where you are. And I don't just mean in the room or in the course of your day. Where are you in regards to the cycles of rebirth? A new spring, a new growth opening inside of you. Like right now when I turn within, I feel gooey. I feel like I'm in a space of new discovery and new joy. I've entered a new phase of relationship with my husband and a new step in my work as a spirit guide. And I'm so excited to be here. And I'm excited for the change in the seasons. I'm excited for color re-entering the world, the greenery, the flowers. And it's totally okay if that's not where you're at. Maybe you're very much feeling a sense of loss, grief, letting go, that you're more on the death cycle. That's perfectly all right to be there. Maybe you're not feeling much of anything. That's cool too. Maybe you're also feeling a sense of rebirth. Great. It's so important that whenever we start a new journey, experience, that we approach it with a deep level of acceptance of being where we are. That yes, we are perhaps going on this adventure, going on this meditation to go somewhere different. But it always starts with accepting where you are. Because if you're fighting it, then it's going to be a lot harder to move. There's going to be forces pushing and pulling on you. It's one of the great secrets of life, that once you accept your present circumstances fully, then they're able to change. So let yourself be wherever you are in your phase of life, death, and rebirth. Because all three things are always going on within us in different capacities at different times in different areas. Good. So now that you've accepted wherever you are, where is it that you're wanting to see a deeper level of new joy, new bliss, new experience, growth. Maybe you say, I've been really struggling with a former relationship and I want to open to new possibilities. Maybe you say, I'm really, stuck in a job situation and I want to experience new joy, new hope. Wherever you find yourself, state your intention. State that which you hope to change. And then don't do anything. Just name it. So for myself tonight, I might set the intention of, I wish to have a deeper experience of my spiritual practice. That I'd like to reach a new level of depth in my internal focusing. Cool? There's no right or wrong answers here. You know that feeling of possibilities? That feeling when that person might call, or that job might work out, or maybe that experience will happen and I will get to go on that adventure, that trip, that journey. You know what I'm talking about? That blossoming of hope in the chest. Invite that now. Invite a sense of hope, a sense of new possibilities. At the same time, deeply accepting and finding gratitude for where we already are. That balancing act. It's a tricky one. We have to stay grateful with where we are in order to get something new. In some ways, it's a little bit like a birthday present. Have you ever gotten really excited to give somebody a birthday present? Like you really thought it through and you're like, oh, they're gonna love this. And you give it to them and they're like, could care less. Kind of bums you out, doesn't it? Kind of makes you feel like, well, screw them, I'm not gonna give them a present again. I'll just go get them a card from Trader Joe's next time. I actually really like Trader Joe's cards, but that's besides the point. It doesn't feel like you want to do something again for them. So too is it in life. And when we are immensely grateful for what we already have received, it's like life opens the floodgates to bring us more. So can you let that feeling of new hope, of anticipation in a beautiful way, blossom inside of you of, I know it's coming. I can feel it. And at the same time, being deeply, deeply grateful for wherever you find yourself. And what's really awesome if you do this fully, if you truly get there, is that then it doesn't matter where you are. Because if you're happy and grateful and excited in your present circumstances, and they linger for a while, great. If it changes to something new, great. You're going to be happy no matter what happens, which is what I strive for. It's where I want to be in my life, to be in a state of contentment and gratitude, no matter what life brings me. No matter where I find myself, to be deeply contented. Which, gosh, is not something we talk an all about in our culture. When's the last time you heard someone in modern day America talk about, I'm really seeking a deep sense of contentment. Happiness we seek, pleasure we seek, newer and better we seek. But the beautiful and tranquil art of contentment, not as much. But to be deeply contented is a tremendous spiritual triumph. It is both a gift and a blessing and a state of being and a reward. Can you be deeply contented at the same time you ask for whatever you're hoping for? And then allow the rebirth to begin. Allow that something new to do whatever it needs to do to manifest in your life. Don't hold it, don't crush it, don't try to make it happen. We just return to that contentment. We return to that joy of wherever we are and sit with the knowledge that our rebirth is on its way. Because that's what we want. We always want to be awakening to something new with fresh eyes and new ideas and new appreciation and new discoveries. I want to live with childish enthusiasm. My favorite quote of mine says, to look at the world through child eyes. To be reborn again and see the world anew. So can you sit with yourself and feel that blossoming within your heart? Feel that new life beginning at the same time you celebrate that which is and has been. Yin and yang, holding both together. And then one final step in this process. I'm sure you've seen a snake shedding its skin. I want you to feel like a layer of translucent skin is peeling off of you and falling behind you. Like you're taking off a coat and just letting it drop. It's not painful, it's not hard, it's easy. You just let it go. Thanks, buddy. Just let it go. If you even want to do this gesture, feel free. Shed it. And once you've shed it, don't look back, don't go pick it up again, just let the wind carry it away. It's gone. It's gone. This is a wonderful time of year to practice asking for and cultivating a rebirth within. It's a wonderful time of year for new beginnings. I sincerely invite you to truly take the time right now to put some energy in this direction, to both cultivate the life you want and to find deep contentment with wherever you are. Because when you can do both of those things, life is magic. You're happy no matter what. Whether where you are or where you're going, you're just happy. And And so few people have that. But you know what to do. You now have the tools, or at least are in the process of cultivating them. Let's close by just taking a few deep breaths in silence and notice what you're experiencing within. What are you feeling in your body and heart and mind as we conclude this meditation tonight? I wish you all the happiness your heart can hold, all the joy that life can bring you. I wish you deep contentment and many profound moments of reflection and observation of the journey you are walking. Because we are all on journeys, whether we realize it or not. And so few of us take the time to appreciate where we are. And it's not until sometime later, looking back, that we see how sacred and magical the spaces we were are. We get so caught up. So take some time. Appreciate it. Because you'll never be in this exact same spot again. And how precious it is. Thank you for your heart, time, and energy. It is a sincere pleasure to sit and share space with you. I'm Kay. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you so much for your time. It is the most sacred resource you have. Once you give it away, you'll never get it back. So the fact that you wanted to share some time and space with me is very meaningful. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please let me know if there's any videos or any topics you want me to address in the coming weeks. My new book is coming out in just 2 weeks, May 3rd. I jumped a flight, so please, 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 launch week, download a copy, leave a review on Amazon. It's super, super helpful for me. I'd be very grateful. So thanks, y'all. Have a wonderful night. Namaste.